There are many ways people can drift out of your life, and sometimes it's sudden, sometimes it's slow, but either way, the feeling it leaves behind sucks. It fills you with dread, and the closer you were, the more it tends to hurt. I've lived through both sides of it, and I've been the one who had to leave, and I've also been the one left behind. And I'd like to say neither side feels easier. When I was younger, moving away felt like being ripped out of a story halfway through. Like, you're reading this book, and suddenly it's time for bed, as my parents used to say. Because I had friends I swore I'd hold on to forever. We told each other we'd call on Skype back when that was still a thing, and that the distance between us now wouldn't mean anything, and that nothing would change. But change doesn't ask for permission, because at first the messages came often, but then less. The phone calls got shorter, the replies took longer, and before I even realized, time moved just like that. It had been months of silence. I still think about them sometimes. I wonder where they are now, what they're doing, if they still remember me the way I remember them. I wonder if they've grown into someone I wouldn't even recognize, someone that is so beyond who they were in my previous memory, or even if they look at me now and think the same. And the reason I'm making this video is recently I got to experience that same loss from the opposite side, which I haven't had to experience before. And one of my closest friends at the moment, as the type you don't even plan to hang out with because you could simply pull up to their house and they'd come, moved away. He was right there, just a few steps away. I could call him outside at any moment. I'd walk down the street, and there he'd be, part of my literally everyday life. And then suddenly, he wasn't. It still feels like a fever dream to me. After all, over 5 years of laughter and experiences together have turned into memories, and memories that I can no longer make. Just like that. The places we used to go together feel different now. They're familiar, but they're emptier. I can almost hear the wind blowing as if it's an empty, empty alley with no one there. And I can even still picture him standing there sometimes. But it's just a memory now. And that's the part that I think hurts the most. It's the realization that what used to be routine is gone, and no amount of wanting, desiring it back will change that, ever. When I was younger and first moved away, I don't think I really understood what I was losing. I mean, at that age, you kind of just accept change because you don't really know any different. You assume you make new friends, that life just keeps going. I mean, that's definitely what your parents tell you. But you don't really put thought into that. However, now that I'm older, I feel it so much heavier. I realize what it actually means to lose someone who was a part of your daily life. Someone who made the ordinary activities feel way more alive. I mean, it's just someone that, you could spend time with rather than being alone. They'd be like literally a part of you. But then back then, drifting apart just felt like time passing. Now it feels like a piece of my life being cut out. Like a chapter that is now over and it can never be written again. It's strange. Growing up makes the same loss sharper because you finally know exactly what it's worth. I think being on both sides of it changes how you look at closeness. I mean, it definitely did for me because now I realize how fragile it really is. And you start to realize how much of it depends on simple, ordinary things like being able to knock on someone's door or meet with another friend together with literally no pre-made plans and just do anything but have it matter more than anything you've done in that day. It's just, these are things you don't really think twice about doing until they're really gone and you can't do them again. I think for me, what so far makes it hardest, as I've identified, is the unknown. The not knowing what now. I mean, I used to come home and spend time with him every single day. But it's like an hour, two of my everyday life is just gone. And I'll have to find new activities. And of course, that's not a bad thing. It's just something to process for the time being. Yet, while there's little optimism to be found in, such situations, I also think there's something strangely unique and even beautiful in these experiences, because to have people who, even years later, still leave an echo in your life, a dent in your memory, people you can't quite forget, and people who won't quite ever forget you. Maybe that's the point of these connections, not for them to last forever, but for them to shape you while they're here. To remind you that closeness isn't guaranteed, and that the people around you right now won't always be there. In fact, it could be tomorrow that someone that you consider part of your everyday life is gone forever, and you will have no expectation of that. It forces you to see the value in the present, in right now, in the friendships you still have, and the small moments you're living through. I'm thankful for all of my friends, and I believe everyone should, as losing touch with one will always hurt. It'll always leave that ache, whether you're the one moving or the one being left behind. Yet I believe that a nice lookout on things is that what you had mattered enough to miss. And even if life pulls people apart, the memories don't vanish. They stay with you, and they reshape how you see connection, how you see friendship, how you see time itself. They teach you to value your friends and to love the moments that you spend with them now. So go on. Tell all your friends that you're thankful for them just being there, a part of your life. Because without them, who would have known? Who would anticipate where you would be now?